I like having something tactile to interact with, and I like being able to interact with a person. I mean, the two go hand in hand. You can't play games like this by yourself. I try and provide a positive thing for people of all ages in the community to do that gets them away from just sitting in front of a computer screen or, something social, something that teaches you something new to do. There are a lot of things that this industry does that don't mesh with traditional retail. I have a strong service element in that I provide something for people to come do. It's what Starbucks calls the third place model. You can meet at my place, your place, or the third place, which Starbucks wants to be Starbucks. For me, that's my store. I offer you a place to come play games. And if you're here playing games, you're gonna buy games. So the critical part of this business is actually providing that social aspect. You have to be very in touch with the community and what the community is interested in. And I mean, that's probably true for any business. If you can't manage a community of very diverse people, you can't do this. The Cook Center for Entrepreneurship, what they did for me was provide a platform for me to bounce ideas off of, for how to organize my business, how to create a solid business plan. If I had been doing this somewhere else, I wouldn't have gotten the attention I needed to make my business a success. Whereas there, the Cook Center is an excellent program, but it's able to provide everyone who needs personal attention with the attention you need. And I really strongly feel like if I had not received the ability to go in and have consultation to review my business plan in a very critical way, I couldn't be here with the success I have now.
Before we started Shine, I knew that I wanted to be my own boss and that I wanted to have my own business, but I wasn't certain which direction I wanted to go with that. Helping people is really what drives me, and I thought I would go into the nonprofit world because I like to help people. And then once I got in the nonprofit world, I just felt like it wasn't for me. I wanted to have more freedom than that. I didn't want to be an employee. So I took helping people and applied it to helping people with something that's complicated and oftentimes frustrating, which is insurance. The Cook Center for Entrepreneurship provided me with mentors as well as an opportunity to really step away from the business and focus on the big picture stuff so that I could focus on working on the business and not just in the business. I also felt that my participation in the Cook Center exposed me to lots of ideas and ways of looking at things that maybe I wouldn't have on my own. And I also found so many resources like great business books and programs that I could be a part of. It's great. It's really great. I mean, we couldn't be happier with the progress that we've made. We set strategic goals for ourselves when we started the business, and we met those goals along the way. I structure my day in a way that I can take care of my family as well as take care of the business. So that means I get to take my son to school. It means I get to have lunch with my friends. It means that I get to close my door to my office and do yoga in the middle of the day if I feel like I need to. It surprised me that something like this hasn't been around longer. I can't believe that this is the only program like this, and I can't believe that more people don't know about it.
But to be able to open a brain and look at a brain, and which is the center of thinking and everything else, and try to fix it and work with it is so really in the real world, it's so awesome. You know, it's not the awesome that kids say, oh my God, that's awesome, but it's really an awe-inspiring thing to be able to do that. I'm a neurosurgeon, and I think it's a bit of a genetic thing. My father is a neurosurgeon, and I grew up in Lebanon, and my father was the first neurosurgeon in the Middle East. And during the Lebanese Civil War, my dad did not have always assistant to help him, so he kind of co-opted me. I think I saw my first brain operation when I was 7 or 8 years old, and helped him out for the first case about 12 or 13-year-old. Most of these MRIs and CAT scans are digitally available. A particular day, if I'd have, let's say, 20 patients in the office, I'd have to log at least 2 or 3 different websites to see images. And all of these images were not in one place for me to look at. So I thought that probably the best idea would be to have all of these images put in the cloud, so to speak, under one account, not only from my computer, but from my iPhone. So we're able to get an app together, we're able to get the software together. I was able to use myself, but I need to get the second step and try to find out how can I market it, show it to people, have them use it, and hopefully down the road monetize this thing. This is when I met with Steve Bryant from the Cook Entrepreneur Center. So they're very good people who know what they're doing. They've done this before with other companies. The idea of this app, My MedPix, is not only to allow doctors to have all of these images at their fingertips and therefore make the patient treatment smoother and safer for patients. And then they can take the next step to be able to have all this help that is really unconditional help. It is very important for somebody who's inventing something and trying to get along and go ahead with this. It's just like they want to help you, but they're not looking at taking a piece of the action, making any money off you, just come forward to help you. And this is extremely important. You don't see this in the business world that often.